Good talk. Nothing more exciting than I'm honestly sometimes like whenever I'm talking to my parents, if we start talking about the weather, I'm like, okay, let's wrap this up. I think we're done. uh, um, everyone's good tonight. I feel like we're missing something, but I guess not. We've got a lot to talk about. We've got a lot of questions. We got a lot of interesting stories.
Yep.
We have a lot of new viewers. So thank you all for subscribing. Thank you for watching Patreon. If you're ever interested, we got lots of stuff on Patreon. We're live twice a week on Patreon, and we are covering literally, and
Everything
I'm not saying that.
imagine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everything
Between all the shows, you can't think of much that we're not covering.
Yeah. And we're staying current with all of the stuff going on in the world, the UFOs, the parallel timelines. Like, honestly, Patreon is the place to be. That was a little fun sales pitch. That aside, we're doing like, honestly, Harlow and I are constantly like, oh my God, what are we going to talk about? Like, we don't have time to talk about. We don't have the time to talk about everything that is going on. It's so much. It's so crazy. Anywho's, so let's take a quick look before we got a lot of good questions tonight, but I want to see what you guys have going on. Joanne, Canada. Ooh, sorry. Oh, that's Harlow telling you guys I'm late. Shocking. Hi, Megan. North Carolina. I'll switch weathers in a heartbeat. You love the cold? Oh my God. North Carolina gets cold, doesn't it? 8 p.m. in Missouri, and it's chilly at night, but warm during the day. Okay, it was 100 degrees here today. Activities picked up a bit in my house lately. Things going missing, hearing stuff moving or dropped. A hanger. Wait, I need to look at your picture. A hanger flew at me and seeing Okay. A hanger flew at you. Dogs barking at things unseen. Energy off. Okay, hold on,
Jody.
I want to see your picture. I need to make this bigger.
Yeah.
Your picture's so cute, Jody. Wow. Okay, so is all that going on today? You got to give us that. So, Jody, you're on Patreon with this, so you're going to be able to join that. Tonight's conversation is going to be really interesting for you. Hi, Northern California. We're Northern California because I'm from the Bay Area. Hi, Violet. Violet. Good to see you. Daisy's mom. Oh, always love that. Hi, Daisy's mom.
Christina.
It is 6 p.m. in California. Oh, thank you, Megan. Thank you for the shout out. Thank you. Ado said, I love it. I love where I'm sorry. I know I'm boring you guys, but I want to be a part of the comments too. No, in the last week it's been going on. Okay. Bring that to the conversation here tonight. Bay Area here, another Bay Area. Awesome.
Oh yeah, New Zealand. That's right.
Oh gosh, you are from the future. That is the best place to be from. Anita, we were just talking about the new puppy. Palero, about an hour and a half north of Sacramento. Oh my God, I've never heard of that. Interesting.
I haven't either.
That's awesome. Okay, we did our romper room. Hello, everybody. You guys, lots of stuff to cover. Harlow, I know you always ask me, what do you want to start with? And I'm always like, whatever you want. And then I tell you something different. So why don't we start? Why don't I tell you which one I want to start with?
Go for it.
The Cindy, the haunted house that she wants to buy.
Okay. All right. So let me find hers. All right. Cindy says, I have a question. A house just went up for sale in the city next to me. We're interested in buying this house, but it's famously haunted. Is it safe to make an offer? It's $100K, but it's beautiful and gorgeous. When I look it up, it says it's one of the most haunted houses in that city. I could feel it before I even researched it, but it is beautiful, and I was wondering if you could channel what happened there, if it's dark or playful, that sort of thing. And then she's got the address. It was built in 1889, so I know there's some history. It is in North Carolina. I just can't tell if it's a stay away haunted or a let's play haunted.
I think it's crazy. Like, first off, when I got her DM, I thought she was just like most people, like send me a picture, a link or something to a house, and they're like, "What's going on?" But then when she's like, "We want to make an offer," I was like, "I have got to read this house."
Yeah. I'm
we
interested to see what you get because I felt something from a couple of the rooms.
Oh, that's right. I think when I sent it to you out right away, you were like, remember you said, well, there's you worded it some way where my brain went, I forgot.
Oh yeah, I think I said it's not empty or something like that.
Yes. And I was like, it's not vacant. And you're like, no, ass. I mean, there's people in there. Okay. Look at this house. Oh, let's stop at this one. Is that a ghost? Just kidding.
That's one of them. No.
Is this one of the rooms you felt?
Yeah. There's two. There was two that grabbed me, and this is one.
Oh, that's funny because that was a joke, but yes, I felt the same thing. Okay, let's start here. I am all over the place.
You had a weird day.
Oh my god! If you're on Patreon, you're gonna hear. And I honestly, I almost wasn't gonna, Harlow. I was like, I don't even know if I want to share what happened today because it's starting to sound like I need mental help.
I know.
Were you thinking that too? Where it was like maybe we shouldn't say anything?
Yeah, that's why I went through and made that list because I'm like, this is crazy.
Yes.
It's adding up to be a lot.
Coming from someone who has spent her entire life, like really speaking very proudly about the fact that I don't have unusual activity in my life. I don't have unusual paranormal activity. That's not how I work. That's not my thing. And now it's just nonstop. Mm-hmm. Okay. We digressed again.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. We've got energy in this home. Let me go back to the front of the house. Okay, so you're always going to have activity in this home. Is it something that you need to be worried about? No, but you really, I know it's going to be hard to convince your husband of this, but you really have to be up for the challenge, okay? You have to be able to be okay with it without freaking out every time it happens and wondering who is it, what is it, do we do something? I would be a little nervous about your children and prepping your children for it. And if they'll be comfortable with it, there's a lot of activity in this home. And I don't feel that that is something that is going to necessarily go away, even if I keep clearing energy. You know, for those that watch a lot, you hear us say a lot that some of these places, it's the land, it's not a portal or a vortex, but it just seems to sometimes gather spirits. And so there's just homes that will always be active, and this is going to be one of those homes that's always going to be active. Is it going to be harmful to you? No, but you really do need to. Put it this way. If you're going to adopt a dog, adopt, don't shop, know the breed, right? Because if you get a dog that is a greyhound, you have to care for that dog a specific way because of its energy level versus if you get a mix, a little mix. That's how it is with houses that have energy in it. You have to be willing to take on the work. And if you're okay with taking on the work, it's a safe house to live in, but you're going to have work to do. Meaning there's going to be activity and you're going to be responsible for addressing it and managing it and setting boundaries. People like me can only do so much. It's the owner of the home that is responsible ultimately for managing the energy in the home. And Cindy, if you'd like, we can set up a session and I can do a full clearing to start. I can bring in a couple of people that I work with that can also clear, bless, do all kinds of stuff. And then of course I can help, and all that can be done remotely. And then I can also help you, create a game plan on how to keep it clear and what that would look like. But also, Cindy, keep in mind, you guys make an offer. If you don't get it, there's a reason for that too. If you do get it, there's a big reason for that one too. here we've got we've got beings that move in and out of that space right there. I don't know what that is, that hole in the wall, not the arched one, but the one in the middle. I don't, if that was a door to something, or a window, but you've got spirits that are moving in and out of there. This is, again, I don't want to use the word portal because that's an exaggeration, but this is a entry point, or not an entry point. It's a thoroughfare.
Like a thoroughfare. Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay. It's going to keep getting weird.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm not feeling one specific, I'm feeling a lot in that space. Oh, here we go. We've got female in this room. I'm saying there's a female in that traditional sort of white gown look. Now, when we see beings that are like in traditional white gowns, the black hat, the black trench coat, what that is that's how we are seeing the energy that they are expressing. It's not that they're wearing that. It's how our brain is interpreting what we're seeing, right? And that's what this is here. This woman, this is probably a woman we definitely, that this is a woman we'd want to clear in that space. Just because she just be more antagonistic than anything else. The infamous stairwell. Why is there always someone on a stairwell? The coming and going, man. This is a man coming, the coming and going man. On that stairwell, sort of looping on that stairwell. So to answer the question of like, should you make an offer? I feel like yes. If you guys are comfortable with this and up for the challenge, absolutely make an offer and let the universe determine if it's for you to have or not. And absolutely let us know how that goes, because that will be fascinating. Anything you want to add, Harlow? Any other questions?
No, I think you covered it all.
Okay. Thank you. That was a great submission.
It was. Okay, what do you want to do next?
It definitely does need more light. And so cheap, absolutely. Everyone's all for it. So I have a feeling we're all going to be back doing a circle for Cindy to try to clear out that house.
Probably.
Okay, whoever you want.
All right. Well, let's just continue in that same vein. I don't know how to pronounce her name for sure. It might be Tesha.
Okay.
And she says, hello, I'm wanting to know if there's anything or anyone in the home. The first picture is the front of the house. The second and third pictures are the living room. That's where I had my seizure at the age of 10, down the hallway by the bathroom. I'm assuming it was my guardian angel that I saw. She hung out at the bathroom looking my way. I didn't feel scared, and my mother said there's a lady down the hallway, or I told my mother. The fifth picture is my mother's room. She had some experiences there. The next picture is the den. And the seventh picture is me and my brother. We would be washing dishes and think our mother was calling to us, but she wouldn't be. There was an uncomfortable energy about the place. The eighth picture is where I saw a lady when I was having my seizure. The ninth picture is my room. And one time I was laying in bed and I heard a woman whispering my name. The other picture is my brother's room. I was in there sleeping and it felt like someone spanked me. And the last picture is the basement. Bad energy vibes. I hated going down there and felt uncomfortable. I always felt the need to run up the stairs when going back up.
Yeah, so there's a man in the basement and he's like doing woodwork, whittling. Is that a word?
Yes.
Here, I think I can show you guys the basement. I didn't get permission to show all the house. I forgot to ask. So so I don't want to do that, but I'll show you just this basement.
Okay.
This is fun. Um, hold on. Okay. A man whittling in a chair, sort of like he looks like he's like rocking back and forth, but I don't feel like he's in a rocking chair, so I'm not sure what he's doing. And um he's like taken ownership of the basement and does not like kids, does not want kids down there. Um I don't feel him traveling upstairs, so I don't think he would be the one that she felt being spanked, which is horrifying.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I feel like that may have been something or someone else, but that's why you didn't like going down there. He has like that's his domain and he does not want to share that. Um I'm just looking at the other bedrooms. This hallway, there's someone. This may be the person that we are the culprit. I'm going to share this hallway.
Mm-hmm.
Female, older woman, uh, married to the man in the basement. They lived very separate lives. He stayed down there. She stayed up there. Very bitter, very angry. They've been together forever, but hate each other. No children, no animals, thank God. And um, they're both just like stuck in that house being angry, like, and the when you have a pattern of doing something for so long, it wears on you, whether it's a physical wearing, carpal tunnel, emotional wearing. And in many cases like this one, that wearing creates a vibration that keeps them there, it keeps them there, it keeps them there.
Mm-hmm.
So the woman doesn't feel like her spirit is actually there as much as it's just the residual of that energy, but the man definitely is still there. So you're right. That house is crazy.
Yeah. A lot of perpetuated residual energy.
Mhm. Yeah. All right, what else?
Okay. Next, we have Megan. Megan says, I have a question about childhood night terrors. I have a son, Jameson, who just turned 10, and he has struggled with night terrors his entire life. During an episode, he will wake up screaming, running, begging me to run away with him, and telling me we have to get out of there. His heart races, he stares right at me, but he is not aware of his surroundings, and at times I'm unable to wake him up. He can lash out, and I have tried multiple ways to help him wake up or calm down. The episodes are farther apart now than they used to be, and they are usually short lived, maybe 3 to 5 minutes, although they feel much longer in the moment. Afterward, he has no recollection of them. There was one time when he was able to tell me that it felt monstrous to him and very, very scary. But I didn't know the right questions to ask to understand more, and I wanted to reach out to you first. After watching your shows and opening my mind to other possibilities, I've wondered if maybe this is not simply a night terror, but possibly something else. If there was a bad spirit or any energy attached to him, how would I even know? And how would I go about helping him?
Mhm. This is good. Megan, I'm looking at pictures of Megan's family in her home. I'm not going to share those, but uh first off, you have a beautiful family. The energy is really sweet, really beautiful. You're very connected and open. And so because of that, I just want to say you're not missing anything. There isn't anything more you were supposed to do or could have done. This is part of his development. I have worked with a lot of kids that have had these experiences, and I'm not going to lie, like a lot of times we can read it and kind of get an understanding for it, and it doesn't really go away. It takes time, and what I feel, which in the beginning for me, that was frustrating because I couldn't understand why it wasn't going away. And then there wasn't anything for me to remove or do. But um, it really comes down to what I'm feeling about, like basically answering my own question is just learning and expressing and releasing. There's lifetimes of memory and memory recall and consciousness recall that children do to expel and express and let go. And that's because the decision or the desire or the choice, I'm not sure of those words yet, of choosing you as a parent said, I'm not choosing suffering this time. Your kids, when they chose you as a parent, it was because they were choosing a more fluid life experience, a more calm life experience, not chaotic. And so they still have to release experiences that haven't been closed, lifetimes that haven't been dealt with, even if you're choosing a more fluid life experience. And that's what I'm feeling from him is just an expressing of two specific lifetimes. It's just an expression of it to let it go and move on. How I forget how old you said, 'cause I'm feeling age 8.
I
I'm
think she
not
said
sure how.
10.
Okay, because oh, there it is. Yeah, just
Yeah.
turned 10. So
Yeah.
I was gonna say 8 years old is really when did he start? I don't know. By the age 8 is popping into my head, but they will continue to slow down and slow down. It feels like by 15 they should be gone. And you're probably going, oh my god, I have to wait till they're gonna get easier and easier. Um, my recommendation would be to say something like they're saying to acknowledge that he has, it's like acknowledging someone passed a test. Wow, that like, not these words, I'm just trying to articulate what I'm hearing, like, wow, you did really, you worked really hard, you earned that, or you did it, okay, you're awake and you're okay and you did that, you completed, that's the word I'm trying to grab, you completed that. You completed that. Okay, you completed it. And I don't want to use the word, they're saying not use the word like survived the night or survived it. Instead, it's like you closed the door on something. So you'll find those words, you sit with it, you put it in your meditation to find those words. But it's something like completion. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it does to me too.
And then it's okay. And you can, it's not okay to see your child suffering. And I wish there was more I could do with that. But we can't take away, right? I mean, just like when he was learning how to walk, he had to fall, he had to fall, he had to get up, right? And it's a knee jerk, it should be a knee jerk response to want to help and stop it. Thank God you have that knee jerk response. We don't want to lose it. We don't want to take that away from you, but find that balance and know that he's safe and he's going to be okay. And these aren't traumatizing him. And if they do start to traumatize him, then you need to reach out to me and maybe we do some. I've got Brooke does past life regression. That might be a good place to start if I'm not able to, just help kind of clear the residual that's accumulated.
All right, you ready for the next one?
Yeah, this is a doozy, guys. Get comfortable.
Yeah, bear with me. This is a long one to read, but I didn't want to take too much out of it because it all kind of plays into the whole story. Mm-hmm. This is from someone who goes by Nikki online. She says, my boyfriend and I took a drive to a creek in our area called Soda Creek. We live in a town called Dunsmuir, right below Mount Shasta. I grew up in the town of Mount Shasta. He was telling me about a gold mine there that is active, except no people have ever been seen there. There's a few houses on the road, but not many. It's extremely rural. We get to the mine and we're both feeling something we can't put our finger on. It's strange. There are several vehicles all parked haphazardly in a big open dirt area. Not like a junkyard. Some look like they're in good shape, but some had their doors open and they were just parked oddly. And no people were around at all. There were also beware security dog signs by the road. We both felt uneasy but intrigued by the energy of this area. We reached a spot where we got out to look at the creek below. There are massive round boulders along this creek. Some have small caves or crevices that look like little people could live in. As we were looking down, I heard a sound, turned to look, and saw two ravens in the road near our car. I didn't think much of it, but I asked my boyfriend if he felt like we were being watched, and he said yes. We got in and drove, and every time we stopped, the two ravens would show up. I kept looking around because it felt like someone was watching us. We stopped there and got out for a minute, and the ravens came again. We stopped one last time so I could take pictures of those giant boulders. We got out, walked to the edge. I took a few pictures, and then for some reason, I quickly looked over towards my car. And on the other side of the road, I saw a tall man with long, stringy blonde hair watching us from behind a big boulder. I could only see his face and the top half of his body. He was peering around from behind the boulder. The second our eyes made contact, he whipped his head back behind the boulder. I looked at my boyfriend and said, "Did you see that?" He saw it too. So we jumped into the car. The terrain there is very extreme. The side he was on is very straight down to the creek. I think I cut that a little bit. And as we got closer to the mine, I saw an animal standing at the top of the road next to the mine. It was really large, and as we got closer, my head started to race. I said, "That's a wolf." I couldn't believe my eyes, and he said it looked like a wolf also. As we slowly drove past it, it was on my side. I tried to take a picture, but my camera would not even open. But I looked over at him. He was standing, facing toward me. His fur was long, thick, and scraggly, looked matted in some places, but not mangy. He was beautiful and huge. He wasn't growling and didn't have his hackles up. He didn't approach our car or try to chase us. He just locked eyes with me. And maybe it was my imagination, but I swear he spoke to me telepathically. He said, "I know that I know that you know." I got goosebumps and I couldn't look away. He also kept his eyes locked on me as we drove off. And I just knew without a doubt that that wolf was the man that was watching us. And the two ravens were shapeshifters too, I think. And then for a month or two, anytime I was working in my backyard, I felt like I was still being watched, monitored. And there were always a couple of ravens in the trees in the yard. Then one day, the feeling of being watched went away, and so did the ravens.
Such a good story.
It is.
It's like the short answer is yes. Everything you experienced is what you think you experienced. I think it's like, on one hand, I'm being silly, but also sort of serious. Like, what else do you need to know? Like, everything was laid out for you, and you're not crazy, and it was a shapeshifter, and it did speak. They did speak to you telepathically. You did see everything you thought you saw. Your partner backed that up and saw the same thing. What you were feeling is real. The connection to the crows, and like all of that is real. I think. And I don't know that I have, unless if you're here, which I think you are, let me know in the comments if there's something specific you'd want to know about it, because you answered all your questions. You experienced it thoroughly to the point of, did I just see what I thought I saw? You got confirmation. You got confirmation, and you got right. So the final confirmation is yes, you saw all of that, you experienced all of that. It is a very real. That was the correct word to use, and not because I study this stuff and I'm telling you it's the correct word. It's because intuitively I feel that that is what you experienced. And Harlow's shaking her head because she feels that intuitively also.
Yeah,
So
when I read it,
when you read it, you felt the same thing. So yeah, I guess, I don't mean to be a buzzkill, but I also don't want to take away from a complete experience. That is what you thought it was. I think what we can talk about is the importance of being open to these things happening so
Mhm.
that it can continue to sort of come full circle and teach you what it was wanting to teach you. And you
Exactly.
allowed it to do that, right? So I guess the question would be, well, what did it teach me? Shapeshifters exist, that you can witness those, that you telepathically just communicated, something we all are capable of, we all do, but we just don't put it into action. This is why we practice the 5 steps to consciousness, which I can put in the in the description. The 5 steps to consciousness is what allows us to learn our psychic skill sets, to hear, to see, to feel, to telepathically communicate. And you were able to experience all of those skill sets in one. You intuitively saw, you telepathically, intuitively heard, you felt, because you felt yourself being watched. So you
Mhm.
experienced all those levels, which means you, as all of us are capable of doing that regularly.
That was a lot. In one
Yeah.
experience, it was chock full of, and it's
Yes.
just a matter of teaching you not to doubt it.
Not to
Trust,
doubt it. And
trust
then,
yourself.
sorry, go. I talked over you. Say that again.
No, I said just not to doubt it and trust what you're feeling and what you know is happening.
Yes. And what are you supposed to do with that? These experiences don't happen for no reason. They don't happen for nothing. What are you supposed to do with that? And you're probably going to go, I don't know. Tell me, what am I supposed to do with it? The answer you're always going to get from me is learn how to utilize that intuition regularly. Research shapeshifters, see if you have a connection to them, where they come from. Do you have a connection to the tribe? Do you have a like it? And I don't mean a connection in your DNA. I mean, just, are you energetically drawn to the tribes that discuss shapeshifters? You may not be. Don't force it. So if that's not what you're drawn to, maybe we're looking up the animals you saw, a crow, and what was it, a lion or wolf?
Wolf.
Look up the animals, those two animals. What do they represent? Are they your, spirit animals? These are all things for you to start to navigate, because they're for you to figure out, for you to learn. Um, Intuitively, what speaks louder to you, the telepathy or intuition or the feeling, whichever one you felt was the strongest. Start practicing that, start learning that. Make that a part of your life. It's your psychic skill set, it's who you are before you entered body. And so remembering who you are as a consciousness, all of those things are part of this story. This story is what most people wish for and hope for, that completion, that
Absolutely.
answer. So
Yeah, and Benno says spirit animal. And something else to keep in mind, well, not only do you not only understand right away, sometimes it takes a long time before you realize what was going on completely, but
mhm,
also don't forget the fact that this is Mount Shasta area,
mhm.
which is famously active. So you might want to do some research about the area too. It might teach you something there.
Oh, good point. And or are you connected to Mount Shasta? Meaning, do, lifetimes maybe you've been there other lifetimes. Like, and as you research, you're going to start to feel a connection. So this is, I always talk about how, I want you guys to use your intuition and stop using the head brain, because we use it way too much, right? I don't mean stop. I mean, put just as much attention on your intuition as you do on, retaining information. But this is an example of how we balance that out. You had this extreme intuitive experience. Now the research begins. Now get your head brain involved. Go in, learn about all these things, but let your intuition determine who and what you're connected to. Don't let this determine that. Let your intuition determine, oh, I feel like that feels familiar. That feels, that's where you'll know. That's why I say don't force it, because not every single piece of this experience will be familiar to you. Some of it you just might want to learn about, but some of it you absolutely will feel familiar, connected, and it'll keep driving the research. And that's how we balance the research and then the intuition, right? And if you notice you're getting too stuck in the head, you're reading too many books, or you're not really getting the answers you want, then you back off and you get into that meditation and you deepen the meditation practice for a bit. Then you get back into research. Great story.
That's
I'm going to go. I'm going to just double check. She didn't have a question in there, right? I don't think.
Just she was questioning if it was her imagination or if it was what she thought it was.
Okay. All right, guys. So what are we doing tonight? 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. So in 20 minutes, we'll be on Patreon. We offer a 7-day free trial, so you can scan the QR code. We've been tracking. It kind of all started back when we were doing Myth or Mystery, and we were tracking the influx of drones and orbs in New Jersey and how that continues and was blowing up. And now we're tracking parallel time lapses, parallel realities.
Yeah, alternate realities.
And what was the other thing? The
timeline shift. Yeah.
Timeline shift and finding two things, like duplicates.
Oh, the duplicates. Yeah.
People are discovering 2 items of something they never had 2 of. It's very weird.
It is.
Tonight, Harlow pulled some of the best of the UFOs that came out of what the government released, which if you've been on TikTok, like what all of us are capturing is like way beyond better than that, but it's still interesting and there's still like beings connected to it. There's just so much going on and the energy is changing so fast and moving so quick, and our realities are changing. Our I guess you could say timelines are changing, and you can feel it moving underneath you. So we've been having these conversations, and like we were saying earlier, in my life in these last month or two, it's just been constant activity that's manifested itself physically, where you're just like, is this really happening? Like, what?
Well, the thing is, though, it's like in 2-3 cases it's documented. We had 2 of them happen during the live shows. You got a video of a UFO that we showed. I mean, it's not like it's our imaginations.
That's true. And then today so, and with Bruce, that was a physical manifestation.
That one is bizarre. Yeah.
So we're covering all of it. Good work tonight. Great stories. If you want to submit something, comment or let me put my email up.
Yeah, and don't hesitate, because like it says in the description, nothing is off the table. We're discussing everything weird here. Anything remotely paranormal.
Weirder the better.
Yep.
And you know what? If I don't mind, I learned my spirit animal when I was in rehab, nearly finished. A funny little Indian miner bird. Oh my God, how cute. Oh, wow. Isn't that interesting? An Indian miner bird. That is very specific.
It is.
Because usually, it's like the crow and the this and the that, right? But you got this that just goes to show how very clear and specific that is. Listen, I was going to say about Violet. Violet went from fearing aliens to now they don't scare her anymore.
Nope.
Through all of our conversations, I feel like energetically, all of us though were like sort of holding Violet down, going, "You are going to get over this." And then finally, she was like, "Okay, I'm good." Thanks for watching, you guys.
Yeah.
Have a great night. We'll see you in 2 weeks, or we'll see you on Patreon.
Yeah, and Thursday, don't forget, follow through with the Ancient Ram Inn.
Thank you. Thursday. We've been putting that off because too much craziness has been happening.
Well, it was so dark. Yeah.
It's the Ancient Ram Inn is just, how is more people not talking about that? I don't know.
That's a crazy one.
Okay, guys, have a good night.